Hi, this is Tom Soane, and do you know the worst advice I ever heard in my entire property investment life? In my entire property life? In my entire life, actually, is never give up. What a stupid piece of advice that is. That's like saying, don't ever quit, even if it's a terrible property investment, don't give up on it. No, if it's a bad investment, give up. And I would say in anything that you do in your life, do it to the best of your ability. But if it's bad, don't chase after a bad thing. Do never chase after a bad property, that's for sure. So my advice to you to counteract that piece of advice is be sensible. Analyze your property investment. If it's a bad investment, it's okay. It's a bad investment. You, like Ed Sheeran once says, and Rob Moore says quite a lot, you have to write a ton of bad songs before you write a good one. And it's the same in property. You have to have bad properties. You cannot have 100% perfect properties. So if you do accidentally, because you don't go after a bad property on purpose, if you accidentally pick up a bad property that's got more perhaps problems with it structurally, or it requires more refurbishment costs, or you've got a tenant in a property that's just constantly bad tenant, not paying rent, damaging the property, having ASBOs and all of those things, then it's okay to give up on it. It's okay to exit from that property investment. Because remember, that's all it is. It's an investment. I say that most of the top property investors on the planet will be quite happy to walk away from an investment and I guess protect their losses. Even if you're going to make a small loss, but versus a big loss if you never give up, what a silly piece of advice that is. So I say do give up. I say be a quitter. I say be a giver-upper. Because if it's going to cost you a load of money by never giving up, and if it's going to cost you a lot of stress and hassle and time and effort by never giving up, then where does that actually get you? I say get rid of the bad shit, take it on the chin, and move on to the next one. Now, the bigger picture here is give up a bad thing, don't give up a good thing. That should be the advice. Give up a bad thing, don't give up a good thing. But don't stop moving forward. Don't stop moving on. If you do get rid of a bad thing, that's okay. If you've got a property that's going to cost you more money than you wanted or more money than you can afford, get rid of it. Just move it on. Lose less. That has to be another thing that you keep in your mind. Lose less money than more money, right? I think I'm saying really obvious things. And I think that everybody's going to be watching this thinking, well, yeah, duh. They're not obvious until someone says them. And then they're really obvious. Do you know what I mean? It's like I just mentioned that little phrase or saying there that you've got to write hundreds of bad songs before you write a good song. Obviously, Ed Sheeran didn't just write the first song he ever put pen to paper to was a great song, #1 seller. No, he's written 100 songs before then, 200 songs probably. And I think that's the same philosophy here. So do remember, think of this purely mathematically. Think of it purely logically, unemotionally. Be cold to it. If you have invested in a property that's going bad, then make sure you protect your money. Don't lose more, lose less. If you're going to lose less money, make sure you protect the amount that you lose. It's okay to walk away. It's not an ego. You don't have to worry about it. No one's going to criticize you for losing less than more. But just make sure that you don't follow the advice of never give up. Don't hold on to a bad thing. So I hope that helps. It's just a quick little insight just popped into my head and I thought, what a silly piece of advice that would be to a property investor. Never give up. Yeah, give up. Give up. If it's bad, give up quick. Get out. Anyway, I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. Have you had a situation like that where you wish you'd have walked away earlier? I mean, take things like cash outs on Bet365. If you've got a cash out and it's staring you right in the face, you've put a bet on for a tenner and you could win 50 quid and you've got a cash out of 30 quid and then you lose the cash out. No! We've all been there. It's like property. You might lose a bit of money, but make sure you lose less. Don't lose more. That's the key. And that's kind of where I was getting to with the whole never give up. So I hope that helps. It was a bit of a rant in the end, but really it just popped into my head and I thought, I should share this. Might be interesting to somebody who is maybe feeling that pressure to hang on and hang on and hang on, to try and make profit, even if you're going to continue losing and losing and losing and losing money. And I've seen it so many times where your ego kind of takes over, your stubbornness to quit kind of takes over, when actually a calculated quit is really, really effective. Especially if you're a property investor, especially if you want to make it in property, you have to know when to stop, when to walk away, when to quit, when to exit. Because like I keep saying, it's better to lose less than lose more. And I'm sure if you speak to Warren Buffett, he'll say the same thing. Well, I think his rule is, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, read rule number 1, or something like that, something brilliant like that. Anyway, look, I hope that helps. And please share your story. If you've had a situation where you should have walked away, but you didn't, and it caused you to lose a bit more money than you should have done, then please let me know, because I'm really interested to find out what you learned from that and how you evolved as a property investor and a business person from that. Because it's all the same, isn't it? Property is business. That's the way it is. So it's a mindset thing. I know, I get it. You have to have a certain mindset to be able to just go cold and without emotion. Yep, quit, leave that and walk away. So where are you? And whereabouts are you in all of that? If you're that sort of person that can just walk away from a deal, even if you do lose a bit of money, then fair play to you. So anyway, I hope that helps. Speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.